The sun just went in. Is it well lit? That light needs to be on.
Oh, it's fine.
No, I know what I mean. No, not that one. Aha. That is the light.
Does it go brighter?
Yeah, it's those, those weird
Oh,
lights,
yeah.
the squiggly
Those LED
ones. It takes
whatever.
like 3 days to warm up.
Got it.
We need to talk about this sign. We're having some real issues with this sign. Local beer peddler Mark says he may have a smaller sign, a smaller Labatt sign.
I'm thinking that'll be a good
Because
idea.
he thinks that even this is too much.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit overkill. I mean, it's okay when it's not lit. You can read it just fine.
I know.
Actually, you can read it better when it's off, when it's bright out, but...
So, okay, that's in the works. I also talked to a local realtor today about sponsoring this podcast. And by the way, it's amazing how many people have expressed an interest in being on this podcast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 businesses. And one guy who has an arm wrestling tournament. He wants me to host his arm wrestling tournament.
Why not?
But I don't think I can do that now.
Oh.
So that's really great. So he told me that he wants to put a realty sign, like a for sale sign over here.
So the Labatt sign will be there, and then the realty sign will be there. And then what else? So these 7 other people sign up. What are we going to do?
I have no idea. Skywriting.
I think maybe it's time to move to bigger
studio.
Pastures. Yes, a bigger studio.
Did you say bigger pastures?
Yeah, is that a word? Is
No,
that,
I think
is that
you're
the
combining bigger and better with greener pastures.
Greener pastures, yeah. But that doesn't make sense in this situation.
You're a word murderer too. I used to work with one of those. It's like we're going back in time.
I do have a time limit today.
Okay.
Because, my coworker is also the coach of the basketball team.
Yeah, one of your boy toys.
Yeah, and he has his last basketball game today. And Jackie helps coach him, coach the team, and we have to go because today they're only playing 4-minute quarters rather than 8, because, well, I'm not. Leave it up to your imagination why it's only 4 quarters, but the team that they're playing only has 9 players with the 7th and 8th grade team combined.
Okay.
So it's only 4-minute quarters,
So
so
it's
like
about
a 16-minute game.
So it's pretty much the level of play of the WNBA then.
I'm not even going there.
All right, coming up, I have to tell you about my babysitting today. You don't know this.
Uh-oh. Was there another explosion?
Nope, it is not involving bodily fluids.
Oh, good.
A young lady named Melissa Behrens won the tickets for the Griffins. I called her and spoke with her today. My goal was to hand deliver the tickets and the Labatt swag and the t-shirts and the foam fingers and the antenna balls and the duct tape. But she said she lives in a community that I've lived here for 12 years and I've never heard of where she's lived. She goes, oh yeah, it's so-and-so. And I go, where is that? She goes, oh yeah, it's right by whateversville. I go, is this in Michigan? Yeah.
How far away
how
is
far is it from Hudsonville? She goes, where's Hudsonville? And I go, oh God, all right.
Never mind.
But
Has she ever been to a Griffins game?
I don't know. She seemed excited. She has an anniversary coming up a couple days after, so she was very happy. Thank you, Labatt. In a little bit, I need to tell you about Jim and his yogurt cannon, and the usage of some of the things I say when I was referring to you being horned up yesterday in front of Jacqueline, which you weren't.
Right.
Okay. So today babysitting Grayson, because Grayson spent the night last night. Did he go to bed at like 11? Oh, he just laid there, didn't he?
He just laid there and was mumbling something. I couldn't figure out what he wanted. He kept saying the same word over and over again, but I couldn't figure out what that was. And then finally he just gave up.
Nuts.
It was like 9:45. It wasn't 11.
It's the word fist.
But then at like 4 o'clock in the morning, I feel him tapping on my shoulder, and he goes, Mama? Mama. I go, what, Grayson? He goes, I need a hug.
Did you really? Oh my God.
So I had to give him a hug at 4 a.m.
So that's adorable. And so I wouldn't have hit him, by the way. I don't hit kids. He gets up at 6 this morning.
Yes, I don't know why he got up that early. That kind of put a wrench in everything.
And Jim announces that he's got to shovel the snow. There's a foot of snow over there. So he shovels the snow. He doesn't get to my place here till 9. So he's hungry. So he had the breakfast of champions that only the best grandpa would whip up. That is a bowl of dry Fruit Loops, which is what he would eat, a bag of Cheetos, and an orange, but not just any orange, a clementine orange. He likes to peel it. Did you know that he takes it off, puts it in his mouth, chews it up, and goes, and then gets all the juice out of it, and then spits it all right here.
So he just wants the juice.
Yeah, so I can walk it back in. There's all this chewed up orange.
I wonder if they sell clementine juice.
I don't know.
Like at a store, like orange juice?
Isn't it a mandarin? Isn't it a same thing as a mandarin? I don't know. This is terrible. It's Read Across America Day, and so I decided to read books to him. You know those Dr. Seuss books I bought?
Yes.
I said, we're going to read these damn books. And so the second I got, what was the first book I got? I think it was One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. I go, okay, we're going to read this book. And I sit him down my left. I sit him down 1 second after he wants, he's doing this. And I go, no, we're going to read this bleeping book, and that's the end of it. So I'm holding him down against his will, and he's actually getting upset. And I said, no, we have to read this. And I'm thinking maybe he'll eventually calm down.
No.
Calm down. We get done. He's objecting the whole time. I go, you want another one? He goes, yes. So I go, okay. So we walk over, get another one, and it's Cat in the Hat. And the whole time he's up. He doesn't want to be doing this at that time. But I said, there's no way we're not going to read this book. We ended up reading 5 of those books, and I don't think he enjoyed 1 second of any of it.
But he kept saying yes, he wanted to read another one.
As soon as I go, all done. Want another one? Yes. And then as soon as I sit him down, he wanted to be gone. He wanted to be looking at the iPad or whatever it was. So I don't know. I think reading's dead in America, if you ask me. You know?
I don't know.
Somebody asked me a question, what are you reading, Eric, for Read Across America Day? That's it. That's all I'm reading right now.
It's Dr. Seuss.
That and old contracts when I had a job. And insurance forms and bills. I want to tell you in a little bit about all the GoFundMes you've been seeing on my page. And I've got an amazing email from Robert that might make you sad, but you need to hear it. But right now, so Jim walks up to me yesterday, and on the tease for the episode that he was with me, I referenced something about him and his ability to shoot rubbers off of his high-pressured yogurt cannon. Do you know what that means?
Well, I think I can put 2 and 2 together, yes.
Shoot rubbers off of his high-pressured yogurt cannon.
Yes.
Okay. He comes up to me and he says, hey, Aubrey asked me what a yogurt cannon was. And I said, well, what'd you say? He goes, I said, I didn't know, I just played dumb. I'm not laughing that she doesn't know what it is. I'm laughing that I think it's cute that she doesn't know what those stupid terms are. That's great, actually. But the fact that he had to say, I don't know what it is. He's stupid, he's old, he's senile, he doesn't know what he's talking about.
He doesn't make any sense.
When we were, when Jacqueline was in here, and she was, by the way, she pees with the door open.
She does everything with the door open.
And so everybody heard her pee, flush the toilet, and wash her hands when she was standing over there. What the hell?
That's Jacqueline.
Did you call her Jacqueline?
I was going to say Jacqueline, but then I decided
You called her Jacqueline.
That's
That's twice now. You should get a radio show and do football games. So I described you being horned up as hot to trot. She had never heard that. And
No.
there was more than one person on Facebook who said, am I the only person who doesn't know what that means? That's age, isn't it? You didn't know
it's
what that means?
definitely age. Oh yeah, I know exactly what that means, but that is definitely age.
All right. GoFundMe. I've got an email from a gentleman named Robert. This is so serious, man. He's speaking on behalf of a family. He needs some help, man. It's a family member. Hey, Zane, this is difficult for me to ask, but if you could mention this GoFundMe on the podcast, it would be greatly appreciated. Let me just tell you something. Sometimes people might say, you know, if you put one up, you have to put them all up. And sometimes that people might have a problem with that. But this forum, in this room and on that fan page and on that Twitter page, there is no reason not to put these up there. There's no good reason not to. And I am not expecting anybody, I'm not going to say, hey, do this, do this, do this. But all my goal is that perhaps if it gets forwarded or the right person sees it, or maybe somebody who it just strikes them to move. That's the only thing. This is not a high pressure thing ever. It's just trying to help people cope. And I think that's so important. And regardless of whatever happens on the radio, again, if I am fortunate enough to get another radio job, I will always be doing this. I might improve the surroundings and my equipment as I see fit and as I can afford it. But the lifeblood of it is genuineness and forthright and just doing the right thing. So I will never stop doing it like this. What I have discovered since having all this happen has been this ability to be in touch with you like this, and this is exactly why. And it can never become anything bigger than this. It always has to be down at this level from here on out. So that's the reason and the impetus for wanting to do these GoFundMes and things like that, because we have two things that are bubbling under right now. Robert writes, this is my cousin-in-law. Her daughter has fought her life most of her time here with us. She's 12. Just this morning, she passed away. Let me make sure I'm getting the date right on this, because this is so critical. Yes, I received this morning. Today. He reached out to me. It began in 2005 with craniopharyngioma brain tumor. In 2009, Boston Children's did a resection, don't know what that is, and ended up taking out her frontal lobe of her brain. Her pituitary gland is gone. She's hypothyroid, diabetes, insipidus, seizures, strokes, blood clot in the brain. She had all of that. She had bone marrow problems, which they never got a chance to figure out. This family moved to Tennessee to be closer to St. Jude's Research Hospital 5 years ago. Mom would like to move her daughter back to Vermont to be buried in her home state. As a single mother, Asia has always struggled, just trying to get by and give all three of her daughters a good life and trying to keep spirits up, even though most of her time has been spent in and out of the hospital. Now we just want her to not have to worry about the funeral costs. So I figure if you be so kind as to share her link to help put Hailey to rest. Wow. And there's a picture of this bunch, including the young lady, Hailey, who passed away.
That's terrible.
Can you believe that?
That's absolutely terrible.
I, of course, said will do. I'll mention the podcast and I'll post. Something important?
Jackie needs you, and we need to go.
Okay, we're going soon.
Okay. We're on the way. I'm just
You
wrapping
said
up.
10 minutes,
I'm just
15
wrapping up.
minutes
You
ago.
can actually go. I don't,
Okay.
you know.
You
go.
can handle the directorship
Yes, ma'am.
on your own?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. that is a terrible story, and I hope that people do reach out and help this family for a proper burial for that lovely young lady.
I'll
whose
tell
life was
them
cut
more
too
about
short,
it
for sure.
as you
Sounds
head out.
good.
I'll let you wrap it up here.
So we're on our way.
We're on our way. Okay, love you.
What's going on?
Mom said 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago.
Okay,
Jackie's upset.
Jackie's mad. Oh boy, look out.
Like me.
Trouble. Alright,
Bye-bye.
love you.
Love you too.
See you.
See you later. Where's my coat? Oh, it's upstairs. 1 second, Mom.
Oh, I get yelled at, and then she says 1 second. See you soon.
Okay. Time on field.
Bye-bye.
Okay, see you around.
See ya.
Okay, love you.
Love you too.
Bye-bye. Alright. This is weird. I am alone in this house now. So how about that, man? Thank you to Robert for reaching out. I looked at the GoFundMe. They've got about $1,500. That's nothing. So I'm going to post that, and maybe somebody will be moved. So thank you for considering. Thank you for listening to it. That's a hell of a story. It puts things into perspective. I will repost that like its own post, and also in the description of this video I'll put that link so you can copy it and paste it in there if you want to do something with that. I also have something else going on locally here in Grand Rapids. I understand it's another pulling at the heartstrings thing, but I think, man, I tell you what, somebody suggested something on Facebook. It started out as me just posting an informational flyer about an event for a fundraiser. And somebody had a brilliant idea that I said, why did I think of that? And I'm just, it's a great idea, and I'm going to do it. And so I want to tell you about it. It's a chance to hang out with me and be part of this very podcast. I mean, you will be sitting right here as I talk to you on the podcast. And it's like raising money for this great cause. I can't wait to tell you about this. I just literally had the idea from somebody who posted on Facebook seconds before we turned the video camera on. My new buddy, he's not my buddy, I've only talked to him on the phone, but he could be my buddy because he seems like a nice guy. We hit it off right away. It's a dude named Matt who started the website disputebills.com. I told you about this yesterday, and I'm going to tell you about it again, because if anybody goes to this website and uses their service, I get the credit. And if I get the credit, this guy's going to be a regular advertiser. Okay? So I'm pumping up his tires right now, hoping that if you have a medical bill that you think, you know what, this is way too high, disputebills.com can make that be greatly reduced or go away. Because, you know, they charge you $300 for an aspirin and $400 for a Band-Aid. You know why they do that? Well, because a lot of people don't pay their medical bills. And when they don't pay their medical bills, the hospital gets screwed. So the hospital overcharges it, and then the insurance company pays it for the rest of us who go about it that way. And you don't have to pay for it because the insurance company pays for it. But there are plenty of times when you have a stupid deductible or something like that, and you do get billed by the hospital. We've all had to deal with that. Hell, I might deal with that because I've got to buy a policy from Obamacare very soon with a ridiculously high deductible in order to buy an affordable policy, because we're all in very good health. So I'm assuming that I get a job and I won't have to even use that policy, but I still need something. And the only thing I can buy has a massive deductible. So I would get a bill if something bad happened, like I blew out an ACL or something. What I'm getting at is, if you have this massive medical bill, you can dispute that thing. However, it's tough for you to do that. So just on your own, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of effort, and sometimes money. At disputebills.com, it's a group of dedicated medical billing advocates who, on your behalf, negotiate with the hospital. and greatly reducing or even eliminating what you owe to the hospital. There is something you can do, and this is 100% legit. I swear to God, this isn't a scam. They are going to make some money off you, but it's off of the money you save. It isn't. If you have a $10,000 bill and you get it reduced to zero, 30% of the savings, which would be $3,000, goes to disputebills.com. So you're saving a lot of money from what you would have paid. Okay, so that's how they're doing it. You upload your bills to them, and then you communicate with them via remotely, like talking like instant message or whatever, or by the telephone, dealing directly with them, and then they handle the rest. It's not a huge burden on your time. Go to disputebills.com. If you have medical bills and you're thinking, man, I'm getting screwed right in the poop chute for this, you need to go there. I'd crack myself up. And check it out. It might be just the thing you're looking for. So please do that. Go to disputebills.com and look into it. It might not be for you. If you think it is, try it out, and then boom, we're all in business. You're saving money. They're doing great, and they're sponsoring this catastrophe. Okay. Skylar's fight is the last thing we need to talk about. Bear with me, man. I'm completely alone right now. Okay. Somebody reached out to me, a sweet lady, and said, can you post this? And it's a flyer that I posted at the Facebook fan page. No one fights alone. Skylar's fight benefit. Help support Skylar as he battles stage 3 lymphoblastic lymphoma, Saturday, March 19th, from 5:30 to 11 p.m. in Grand Rapids at St. Peter and Paul School Gym. That's on Hamilton Northwest, 1433 Hamilton Northwest in GR. This is your typical grassroots deal where they have food, a raffle, drinks, music, games, live and silent auction, and the 50-50 raffle is part of that. It's all available at freeburnhotwings.com. This young man is trying to catch a break, and it's a free will offering on the admission. So basically, that's how they're doing this. And I posted it similar to like the GoFundMe. Let's do what we can. And someone suggested something and said, well, maybe you can do a little more. And I said, this is a great idea, because Steve wrote, Eric, will you be swinging by? And I read that and I said, yeah, I should swing by. That sounds like a great idea. This Jay's Journey is a great organization that put on a benefit for my sister before she passed away. They are also looking for things to raffle off. Maybe a video podcast appearance to the highest bidder. It's awesome. I immediately responded, this is a terrific idea. Let's auction off a sit-in on the podcast. Oh my God, brilliant. Yes, 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 I will be there, and we will do this. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll promote it and draw people out to the event. How about that? I am so stoked to do that. Oh my God. So I'll be there. I'm going. I've committed to it. I already put it in my calendar. Saturday, March 19th. I don't know when exactly I'll be there. I'll make that clear on the fan page or in this podcast, whatever. And I'll do that. I'll host it. We'll give it away, and the auction or the prize. If they need me to do anything else, you guys just let me know. I'll help you out. I'll be happy to do it. It sounds like fun. Wow. I can't wait to be part of that, man. It's amazing. You just, this guy just drops in from nowhere, Steve, and makes that suggestion. It's like, well, it all seems so clear. Well, of course I will. All right, you guys. Hey, man. Tell you what, I really appreciate the thoughts and the outpouring. You people have. There have been bad days. I'm not gonna lie. You see it in here, and this is me, and it's gotten a lot better because of the outpouring and the things you guys have done, and been very sweet to my family and I. It's been great. So that's been huge. And then people have just been coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, we got this for you, we got that for you, little things helping me to cope. Regardless of whatever happens on the radio, if I'm fortunate enough, as I said, to get back on, this is our community. So this will remain a constant. I thank you guys so much, and God bless you all. Griffins tonight in action against the frickin' Rockford Ice Hogs. Rockford is very, very good. The Griffs have won 5 in a row. Come out to the rink. It's a winning Wednesday. I don't even know how many more winning Wednesdays we have. I know we only have a handful of home games left, which is just incredible to me. I cannot even begin to process how much time has passed. This past month has gone very, very fast. It seems like a blur. So, oh, wait a minute. You know, I'm not going to forget this. Y'all, I made you ask me questions, and I was just about to wrap it up, but I do have questions. Hashtag AskEZane on Twitter. Saratoga Alex writes, the Armenian meatballs video was awesome. Would you mind doing more vids like that, please? I have thought about that. I wanted to do foods around the world for Lent. I got a deal here from my friends at Catholic Relief Services. Shit. Who took it? I had recipes from like different parts of the country that are meat-free for Lent, and I wanted to make those. Who took it? Okay, yeah, man, I had this, and I was gonna do all sorts of these crazy ass Lenten dishes that have no meat in them from like different countries, and they look terrible, every single one of them. And I was gonna make them and videotape it, but somebody took it. I know I can find this somewhere, but anyway, yeah, I am gonna do that. In fact, it's just a matter of coming up with a recipe. I should just do it on the fly and not even prepare it. Yes, and then those videos will be edited, those cooking videos. So yes, I do plan on doing that. Danny Sue wrote about, since today is Read Across America Day, you're reading something currently. What is your favorite book? We talked about that earlier. I read Dr. Seuss. All-time favorite book? Boy, I don't know, man. I read that book called Born to Run, which is about the Tarahumara natives in Mexico. The White Horse. God, I forgot the names of the people in it. It's just these crazy endurance runners, these 100-mile ultra runners, and it was a great book. Yeah. You mentioned needing to build, it was a great book. You mentioned needing to build a studio eventually. That would be fairly expensive. Would you consider crowdfunding it? I'd kick in. Hell no. I'd pay my own stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much. Give it to a charity. Can you talk a little bit about your professional history, how you got into radio, what attracted you to radio, other careers you considered? Easy. Yes. I was in 9th grade, and high school started in 10th grade. And my cousin of senior high school in Warren, Michigan has a radio station, WPHS. The radio instructor, Mr. Lampinen, came to the junior high to see if anybody, and there was a handful of us in a room who were interested in the radio station. And I would do impressions of another radio guy, George Baer, on WRIF, WLLZ, who used to do the mayor of Detroit, Coleman Young, and Dick the Bruiser, and George Kell, and Al Kaline, and Sid Abel, and Bruce Martin, and all these guys. And I used to do him doing an impression of them, which was, you know, he thought it was cool. So he invited me into the program, 10th grade. 10th grade, I was an asshole, got kicked out of the program for 11th grade, invited back into the program for 12th grade, behaved 12th grade, went to college, second semester started in the radio program at Central, and then half a year later, did an internship back at the RIF, then got a part-time job at WKQZ in Saginaw. That started the direction of the Joe and the Poor Boy Show, and then on and on and on. Crazy. While working mornings, I finished my degree in health promotion and rehabilitation. I wanted to be a stress test administrator. So when you had a heart attack, I'd put leads on you and put you on the treadmill and run an EKG, and I could also interpret what your EKG looked like in the various waves of the QRS wave and all sorts of technical heart shit, and I could interpret it and tell the physician what my opinion was. So I was kind of like that guy. That's what I wanted to do, and I actually finished the degree, and then I was going to go and get certified at the American College of Sports Medicine, but I just got into fucking radio, and now I'm out of a job. So that's it. What are your favorite places in Michigan? Well, let me tell you something about that. Asks at Travel the Mitten, which looks to be a blog dedicated to the breweries and vacation spots from our mitten-shaped state. Very cool. Well, you know what I wasn't impressed with is, and maybe it's because I'm not like a hunter or a kayaker yet. The UP, man, I don't know. I was a little disappointed in the UP. Maybe I just didn't see the right things. I need to try it again, I think. I was way disappointed in the UP. Where do I love to go? You know, I don't care in Michigan where it is. I take that back. I shouldn't be hard on the UP. As long as I'm camping, I'm having a good time. I really like the idea of taking that RV and parking it and just sitting there. And everybody in the park is like old as shit, and it's great. I really, really, really enjoy it. I like every aspect of it. So even I'll travel 15 miles from home to camp, and I do. So very cool. I love Michigan. I take back what I said about the UP. I shouldn't have said that. Oh yeah, Ron. This is weird. I don't know. Ron writes, "What do you think of us alcoholics?" And just because I happen to be able to raise a family and still partake. Well, I don't know. It seems, boy, I don't know. This is kind of weird, murky water, because as an alcoholic, I would never judge or comment about those type of personal things. I don't know anything about your situation. It seems to me you're saying you're an alcoholic who is still raising a family and still drinking. I think that's what let me read it again. What do you think of us alcoholics? I guess he would say he is one. And just because I happen to be able to raise a family and still partake? Question mark, question mark, question mark. I have no comment. Yeah, I don't delve into that. I don't ever point a finger at someone and say, you're doing it wrong and you're bad and you're a loser. I am more of and I still am I have to talk to about that one. I got an email from a guy who was asking specific advice a little bit later on. I'm out of time for this one, but yeah, for this, that is up to you to figure that out. And I don't have an opinion on anybody's personal things of that nature. That is intensely personal. The same way one person can't make another one stop drinking. It's when one person decides, hey, either I'm going to or I'm not going to. And that's it, man. That's a way intensely personal thing. So I don't know if that even makes any sense, but that's about the best I can do with that one. Let me make sure I'm not leaving anything out that might be interesting or fun to talk about. Are there any stories you couldn't share on the air with the show that you can share now in your personal podcast? I'll have to think about it. There might be. I have to like rack my brain on that. There's been 12 years with the boys, and you know, experiences over those years. How did you decide to have 3 kids? We have 1. Hubs wants 1, so she has more experiences. I want her to have a sibling. Well, I probably would have had 10 kids. I really enjoyed raising kids. When I've you know, there isn't one bad thing that has stuck with me about raising kids. All of the good outweighs the bad. So I really have enjoyed raising my kids. Diana had to have C-sections for all of them, and you can only do that so many times, and so that was that. And then, you know, so that's pretty much the main reason why we only had 3. I think I would have had a bunch, man. I really, really like kids. That's why it's cool with grandkids too. And you know, Jim's gonna have about 50 of those. So, okay. I think we set a record. I'm pretty damn sure this was like 40 minutes. Holy shit. Okay. Have a great rest of your evening. We'll talk to you later. Totally have to fart.